Social media questions, let's do those. How do you stay consistent and think of new ideas? Okay, so it was easy to stay consistent with hair because it was like simple. Find a hairstyle and record yourself doing it. Find a hair product and record yourself doing it. So once I got tired of hair, that's when it was like, okay, I don't know if I really have anything to share. Like, I don't know if there's anything that I want to share. I did want to share, about my faith, about God, about His Word. But that was like such a new thing for me that it wasn't as consistent as I could be with hair, because hair became something that I could just do on autopilot. Versus with the faith content, it is and was new, so it was less consistent. So I think as you continue to do something, you start to get a little bit of you start to learn the process of how you do it. So just continue to do it and the consistency will come naturally. And I actually was just speaking to someone about consistency with their channel, because they were saying like, I haven't been on there because I know I need to be consistent, and I haven't been consistent. So then when I think about how I haven't been consistent and I haven't posted, then I don't post anymore because I can't maintain the consistency. So the only way you will get to a place of consistency is to first allow yourself to be inconsistent. By that I mean, like, don't be down on yourself if you posted yesterday and then the next one doesn't come until 2 weeks later. In the beginning, that's okay. Over time, naturally, you will get more consistent. You'll have more content that you could just throw out and repost. Or just more ideas will come to you. But in the beginning, it will be consistent. As you continue to do a certain type of content or just content in general, it'll get consistent on its own. And so the ideas come from you kind of gain a momentum by putting out something, and because things build on each other. So I might post about a picture from years ago where I big chopped, right? And then, I don't know, then someone's like, oh, okay, oh my gosh, what did you do? And then I share my regimen with them. And then, so now that gave me an idea to now share my regimen with them. And then that gave me another idea, because now people will comment, oh, how do you style your, because if you're putting things out, you're putting it out to people. People are engaging with you. They're telling you what you want, and that's giving you more idea of what to put out, because they're asking you for it. And this also another way to get inspired or new ideas is seeing other people's content, looking at things that you like. So I've been looking at a lot of lock pictures and videos lately. So as I'm locking my hair, I already kind of know what kind of lock content I want to put out, because I know what type of content I saw that I liked, and I was like, ooh, okay, that's a good video. So boom, now I'm locked and I'm putting up videos like this. So that's how I get it, is you see other creatives, and then you gain a momentum by posting, and then people interacting. And I'm gonna stop. So how does brand partnership work? So I'm sure there's so much more to it. Disclaimer, I do not work with any brands right now. I just found out that it just wasn't for me. God has told me no with those, and so I actually haven't worked with any brands. So I feel like I haven't worked with any brands lately, like within the past year. And so I feel like there's so much more that maybe I could have learned with it. But what I know from when I worked with them is I would just allow them to reach out to me. I know some people reach out to brands, but this how I know it was God. It was God, like when he had me working with them or allowed me to do it, they just came. And each month there was enough, I never had to seek out brands or companies. And so in order to get their attention, you have to be posting content. And I always say, put your email in your bio, because otherwise how are they going to contact you? If your email is not in your bio, they don't know how to contact you. So do that today. Put your email in your bio, and we got to get out of our head about how we will look to our friends and family members who know us. Oh, good. You know, people are going to see me putting the email in, but don't nobody care, because eventually you're going to be getting brand deals, and then like, then what you tell them? Oh, it was because I put my email in my bio. Put your email in your bio. Otherwise, they can't contact you. So that's step number 1. Step number 2, make sure you're posting content and being consistent with it, and engage with the people that view your content and interact with your content. Because I see sometimes people, you know, I don't know what stage in their journey they are with their content creation or influencing, but usually it's someone who's looking like in the very beginning stages, where they don't respond to people. And for me, when I see that, I'm like, why don't you respond? I mean, I just don't know, you know, and not why don't you respond, because when you have a lot of people that follow you or looking at your stuff or just engaging, you can't respond to everyone. And that's when you're getting a lot coming in. When I see people who aren't getting a lot coming in, I feel like you can say something back, because what it shows, and it's my own perspective of how I guess I would feel or view it, is like, why do you think you can't respond? Like, why do you think, you know, I don't know, it's just the whole, I don't like that. So I personally, I respond to people as much as I'm able to. And so that is my tip to you as well, when you're, you know, especially for a partnership, because they're looking at your engagement. And if you're not responding to people, they're not going to comment anymore or engage anyway, because you don't talk back. But for the partnerships, and just in general, and just because I think it's the human and nice thing to do. So yeah, so email and bio, make sure you're putting out content. Oh, and then also, I don't recommend doing stuff for free. I think you should charge off the bat, especially if they reach out to you. Charge them. If they saying they can't pay, sorry, unless you really want to. But here's my thing, because if you reach out to me, you like something about my content, that's what you're paying for, right? Don't hit me with how many followers or subscribers I have. That's something that's a cherry on the top, right? So don't allow that to get to y'all. You can be at any subscriber or follower account. The thing about the free, doing things for free, I don't suggest you do anything for free unless you really want to. And here's why. Is because if you just kind of need like products or something to begin putting content out, just buy the stuff that you already like and will be buying, and then tag those companies, and then they happen to get free marketing or promotion from it, but you actually already use it. Like, you know, if I grab some lotion and I'm using it already, I already buy it in my regular grocery store shopping and routine, throw it on the tag. I don't mind it. You know, they didn't ask me to do it and I already use it. But if you asked me to do it and I never heard of you, I wasn't going to buy your stuff or be using your stuff if you didn't reach out to me, then pay me. And so I think you should get paid for that. Otherwise, just use the stuff you already buy and like, and tag those companies. So that's my spiel on how to start with getting content out in those partnerships, because they never really know if you actually work with those brands or not. You tagging it shows that you put this type of content out and review type content, and also it to them makes it look like you're working with people. Whether you are or not, they don't really know. You just tag the company. Okay, where do you even start? Do you reach out, create content, but what content? Okay, so luckily I answered, that was the last question. Luckily I answered all that with the previous question. This therapy questions, what schooling have you done or plan on doing? So I got my undergrad and I just got my master's as well. Do I plan on getting my my PhD? If the Lord wills it, sure, but as of today he has not told me that, so the answer is no. How do you handle your problems while helping others with theirs? Me and Jesus, I try to stay centered with him all the time, and I also have my own therapist that I see regularly. And then I have friends and family that I'm always talking to and around. They, you know, they keep my spirit and my energy up. I hear a lot of how the pay is horrible starting as a LAPC. Is it? So I work private practice right now, so my pay structure is a little weird and different because I'm kind of paid based off of my clientele. And so this is my only job experience within the field right now, but I have as well seen a lot as far as people saying it's horrible pay. So I'm just about to see. Okay, so I'm starting practicum in January. Practicum is basically our internship while we're in our master's program. Any tips or advice you have for a baby in the field? I would say you were already naturally a therapist before you went into the process of getting your education for it. You being in that program means something about you was already therapist-like. So just show up as yourself. Just be you. What you learn in masters is just more so the specific skills to help us to know what's going on, how, you know. But your personality, your character, the energy you bring, the presence that people, the way people feel in your presence is probably usually peace, comfort, validation. That was already you. Just be you. It's my biggest thing. Just be you. If all fails, if every intervention go out the window while you in session with a client, just be you, because you are naturally a therapist. The relationship is what's bringing the healing to these clients, to the person. It's you being there for them. Do you feel like you need your own therapy after hearing everyone's problems? Yes. And so I do have my own therapist. And it's not really because of after hearing everyone's problems. It's really just so I make sure to tend to my own problems, because I've been listening to everybody else's problems. It's so easy for me not to tend to my own problems. So therapy actually kind of forces me to be intentional about regularly checking in with myself and seeing what's going on for me. What do you find most interesting in any aspect of your choice about therapy? The people are very interesting. Like hearing everyone's story, and a lot of people have very similar stories. So whatever y'all going through or went through, you'd be surprised a lot of people went through the same thing. But at the same time, every story in its own way is unique in every person, because every person is unique. So I think that's what blows my mind the most. And right now I'm working a lot with couples and marriages, and so every couple is unique because all the individual, and it's just seeing all the dynamics and the type of conflict that they have, or just the type of, that is the most amazing thing to me, is how different everyone is. I find it very exciting. Okay, last question. Do you feel you have to go, do you have to go to med school? You don't have to go to med school to be a therapist. You just need your undergrad and your master's degree. And that's all. If you want to get your PhD, you could be a psychologist. But that's optional. You can be a therapist at the master's level, but you have to have your master's degree. So that's all the questions I have. If you have any more questions for me, put it in the comments and I'll respond if I see it. Like the video, subscribe to my channel if you for some reason have forgotten to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's Vlogmas video.